Dungeons and Daddies is a rowdy, horny, violent podcast for grown-ups. Content warnings can be found in the description.
You guys need more wood over here. We're showing some wall. All right, here's some wood. I got the outside.
We met up at Darryl's kid named Grant, playing Fortnite in Meadow Shade. We're trying to save him, but if we can't, gotta kill him, eat his face. Ooh yeah, we gotta eat his face.
What the fuck are you doing,
Yeah, ooh, Grant's crushing hard on a boy named Yee, a righteous teen who shreds that board. I used to do vert and he does street with someone knocking at the door. Can somebody get the door?
I'm going to see what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's Cern.
Wait, stop, Cern's got a big ass rock that he shot right at. Oh shit!
Welcome to Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast, occasionally a D&D podcast, and also BDSM podcast. This is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast about four dads flung
This is
a D&D podcast.
It's been 2 weeks since the episode.
It's about four dads from our world flung into the Forgotten Realms on a quest to rescue their lost sons. My name is Freddie Wong. I play Glenn Close, the rock and roll bard dad of the group, the bard who apparently has never used bardic inspiration. I hear the internet screaming at me. I hear all bard players being like, "You fool, that's what I do." You know what? Get off my nuts. I
Apparently
play
didn't need it.
Apparently didn't need it.
You're fucking fine.
I'm the best bard that ever was. This week's dad fact about Glenn. Glenn spent a lot of time on the road touring with his band. And I know there was a lot of people, side note, Freddie here, a lot of people are like, guys, you should do the Wendy's thing. You know what? Fuck that. Fuck Wendy's. That's some pandering
There's a lot of energy
bullshit.
coming out from
You know
Freddie
what?
right now.
You know what? Glenn's favorite fast food joint? Jack in the Box. Fuck you, Wendy's.
What's wrong with Wendy's?
Wendy's has
Jack in
great
the
spicy
Box
chicken
is better.
sandwiches.
Now we
Wait,
can't get
what?
sponsors from Wendy's.
I'm going to put my money on Jack.
And actually, Wendy's
the
is
best thing
much better than Jack in the Box.
Wendy's
Are you
released-
Guys,
kidding?
I'm thinking Arby's.
Arby's is
Arby's'
F-tier.
social media game is actually really on point. They might be down.
Yeah, except the problem is, last time I checked, fast food is for eating at 2 a.m. and hating yourself, not for hilarious dunks on social media. If I wanted that,
Yeah.
I would follow some 14-year-old.
Chrissy
Follow
Teigen.
the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Yeah,
Shout
exactly.
out to
Freddie-
them. They're hilarious on social media.
Freddie, if Wendy's cut you a check for 15 large, you would do their stupid
Yeah.
TRPG in a fucking heartbeat so fast there'd be a Freddie-shaped hole in the wall. So spare me.
Can you imagine somebody stumbling into this podcast for the first time being like, I'm out?
Nah, these guys sound like a bunch of entitled shits.
All right, Freddie, what's your dad fact after you've given us all your hot takes?
My dad fact is Glenn calls Wendy's Big Dubs, but nobody else in the world does. It's like, yo, guys, let's go to Big Dubs. Like, what are you talking about? Whataburger?
Whataburger's pretty good.
Hi, my name is Matt Arnold.
Oh, you're from Texas. I have a hot take for you about Whataburger.
Oh, boy, can't wait.
All right, my name is Matt Arnold. I played Darryl Wilson, a stay-at-home coach dad who's now a barbarian in the Forgotten Realms. Just a little light dad fact for Darryl, since he might eat his son's skin this episode, just keeping it light. His favorite board game is Scrabble. That's it. He likes Sunday morning. He likes to do scrambled eggs, and he calls it the Scrabble. And yeah, he's not good at the game. He just likes to make funny words
I
as
like
the rest of
that.
the
I like
family
that a lot.
Very charming.
Now,
Yeah.
does he know za?
No, he's not good at it. Grant and Carol are both good at it.
What's the biggest...
He's looking for poop. You know, he's looking for that P-O-O-P. He's looking for a turd. He's just wanting to make goofy words, and then it just annoys Grant. He's like, but you could have done ×3 if you didn't S. It's like, yeah, but turd is funnier than turd.
And you can tell like 2 turns before you even do it because you're like,
yes. They see like the 4 words. They see the 4
You see
letters
4 in
off
the
the
middle of your
side,
tiles.
and you're like, "That you have poop, don't you? Ready to go?
I
Primed
don't
and
know.
ready.
You'll find out.
You'll see."
Hey, everyone. It's me, Kai Rizdal, on Marketplace. I lost my Kai Rizdal voice. I was like, oh, I'm going to casually throw Kai Rizdal in. It's going to be a perfect Kai Rizdal. It's going to be a flawless Kai, and I just blew
Everybody
it.
is staring at
I
Will's
rolled a
blank
nat
face
one
right
on
now.
that Kai Rizdal.
Who's Kai
impression.
Rizdal?
All right, forget it.
Well, we know what you were listening to on the way over here.
Kai Rizdal's the guy who does Marketplace on NPR. Let's do the numbers. There you got to look at. I'm Will Campos. I play Henry.
Well, it's a little smarmier.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, there's only so smarmy I can get. I'm not a smarmy person, so Boy, this is a wild intro.
We're just trying very hard to distract ourselves from the fact that you might literally eat a kid or all of you are going to die. Like,
This might be the last episode.
this could genuinely be an episode where very, very bad things happen that derail the entire podcast. So let's enjoy playing in the space.
So, my name's Will Campos. I play Henry Oak, Birkenstock rockin', granola munchin', crunchy, hippie nature druid dad. And my Henry fact this week is that Henry's done a lot of magic, but did you know Henry knows one magic trick?
Okay.
It's a mentalism trick.
Okay.
He likes to bust it out at parties. I need one volunteer from the audience of 4 people in front of me to be my partner for this mentalism
I
trick.
would. Henry, I love magic. Henry,
All
I'd
right,
love
step
to,
on up. What's your
All
name,
right.
sir?
My name's Darryl Wilson. Oh, this is
Darryl,
great.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Henry Oak.
Handshake. Big handshake. Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
that's a strong grip.
All
Is
right.
this the first
Darryl.
time they've met?
Yeah, this is canonically Darryl
No,
and Henry
I'm just really
origin.
excited.
This is good. I like this is how Henry and Darryl met. He was at a soccer game and Henry did this magic trick.
Bet
And
you guys didn't expect a flashback in the intro.
Darryl, hey, I got a magic trick for you.
All right.
So this is what I've been working on.
Hey, Grant, stay center. Stay center, Grant.
Oh my God.
Is that your kid up there?
Stop yelling at me. I know.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Just great kick. All right.
I can tell you where you got your shoes.
Well, I doubt. Okay, Mr. Magic Man. Let's see.
You got them on your feet.
You son of a bitch.
Cut
Son
to
of a
black. Cut to black. Flash forward. Years later.
Flash forward and they're kissing.
No. Cut to the van ride home between Darryl and his kid.
Hey, Grant. Want to see a magic trick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You didn't know your dad could do magic, could you? Huh?
No.
Check this out.
I didn't.
The shoes. You got shoes on?
Yeah, I'm wearing my soccer
I
cleats.
bet I know where you got them.
Yeah, because you bought them for me.
But I know where you got them from.
Yeah, the shoe store where you bought. We went together. I had to get sized for them. What are you doing?
Hey, you want to text mom and see if she needs milk or something?
Oh my God.
On that note, hi. My name is Beth May, and I play Ron Stampler, emotionally stunted stepfather and rogue. Guys, I'm excited about my dad fact this week. Okay. Ron Stampler, out of respect, refers to celebrities by their full names, like their given names. So there's a couple examples. Brad Pitt is Bradley Pitt. You know, it's Kimberly Kardashian, George Raymond Richard Martin, George R.R. Martin there, Chancellor Jonathan Bennett, the rapper, 0.5 US dollar, the rapper,
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Winona Ryder, I hardly know her. And then The Rock, he just calls The Rock.
Wait, so
good.
is this does Ron meet celebrities or this is just amongst friends?
This is just amongst friends. Actually, anybody he meets, like, he very respectful about like the given names of people. And
But not us.
no.
So we now know Ron doesn't respect any of us.
Notice if you go back and listen to the episodes, I don't know why you would, but like Ron is the only person who does not give Cern a nickname. I did not speak because I couldn't think fast enough, and so yeah,
Interesting.
Well, hopefully he respects you enough to not
I
kill you.
somehow doubt it. Okay, Anthony,
I'm
Daddy.
Anthony Burch. I'm your daddy master, and there's no need to worry. Our lawyers are on it, and if everything goes according to plan, Pixar will be a fucking wet red smudge on the pages of history when our lawyers are fucking done with them. Because in the trailer for Onward, the next fucking Pixar movie, it's literally a story about fucking Tom Holland and Chris Pratt in this fantasy universe going to revive their dad because they do a revivification spell on him that like starts from his feet and moves upward, and it gets interrupted midway through. And so the entire movie is them going around with their dad, who is just a sentient pair of pants. It's just his legs. It's
my God.
it is literally Ron Stampler level
man.
of shit. Like with a bunch of sight gags of like, it's fucking.
That's the
bonkers.
actual concept of the movie.
That is genuinely the concept of
That's
this fucking
great.
movie.
Because I was 50-50, and then
Yeah.
I saw it, I was like, all right, you got my
Yeah.
money, Pixar. Just go ahead.
It's like it was
take
literally the hook that was like, Now I want to watch it.
Now I want to watch it. It's too bad we're gonna have to. Well, we'll just own Pixar. We won't stop them from making
We'll get to
movies.
watch it for free in John Lasseter's
In fact,
office.
because of us, don't worry, you're not gonna get Cars 4.
No,
It's
I'm
it must be
excited
better
to
underneath
go,
our
I'm
leadership.
excited to go to the YouTube comments and be like, well, I happen to play a sentient pair of pants on a podcast. Take that, Pixar.
So we're better than Wendy's. We're
Better
better
than
than
Wendy's.
Pixar.
Better than
Who
Pixar.
else? Who else we want to take a shot at?
Yeah.
I think it's time we stop making these people wait, and we think it's time we get into this episode.
When we last left you, Cern was throwing a rock at Darryl. So Darryl...
Wait, before we dive in,
Yes.
I did roll to see what kind of rock it was.
You did.
That was the cliffhanger that we left these fine
I
folks
just
on.
want to make sure the people know that I rolled a 9.
A 9. Okay, a big one.
What color is it?
Color, it's green because it's got the grass on top of it. It's like, and then the brown beneath it. It's
It's
cute.
a greenstone, guys. Duck.
Okay, so he's going to roll, and he gets plus 11 to hit. Jeez,
Is the
Louise.
grass side hits me?
Natural 20.
Yikes.
Natural 20. That's very bad. Oh no. Okay.
Well, that's the end of the podcast,
Well, yeah,
everybody.
okay. We don't even have to worry about getting to the like moral conundrum that is eating your son's flesh. We're
We
just
don't
going
even
to
have
deal
to
with
worry
this.
about Pixar.
All right. So this is going for you, Darryl.
Okay. Speaking of giant stone coming at me, I'm going to, as a reaction, do Stone's Endurance,
Oh, great.
which will reduce damage to me by 1d12 plus 3.
Oh, great. Roll your Stone's Endurance so we know exactly what's getting reduced, and I'll tell you how much you do take.
8 plus 3, so minus 11.
So he's going to roll 8d10 plus 7.
Fuck off.
If he just normally hit you, it would have been 4d10 plus 7, but he critted, so it's 8d10 plus 7.
How big was this rock he threw?
It was fucking massive. So this is crazy because you guys killed Terry Sr., right? And he was a challenge level 13 bad guy. I've chosen to make Cern a fire giant. He's wearing fire giant's armor that gives him fire giant abilities. It's only challenge level 9. So it's crazy that this is much damage is happening.
Wait, so he's like a mech?
He's well balanced.
Yeah, that's what I was-
He's basically in a big mech suit that is fire giant armor. But yeah, he is well balanced for a group of 4 level 9 people, and you're all like level 5. So he's like twice your level right now, essentially.
Throw the bones. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you
All
did
right.
it. You
Let's
did the
do it.
damage.
All right, so that's
I probably won't die, so let's roll a lot of 10s. Sure, maybe he didn't get disadvantage at the shock of seeing his good friend Darryl.
That he explicitly knew he was coming here to kill.
yeah. You came
But
here for
it's different when you finally see the person's face, you know? It's like Double Indemnity, like when he walks in, she's like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So how much health do you have?
I have 55.
Okay, great. So you're fine. He did 54 damage to you. Minus your 11 is he only did 43.
Because that dad joke before I have 6 health left.
Okay, great.
But he doesn't have another rock in his back pocket or
No,
anything,
that was
right?
it for that turn. You can see that Cern is inside this suit of armor that's got smoke and flames sort of coming out of a space around his neck. Like he's clearly too small for this fucking suit of armor, but he's sort of trying to manipulate it using like a series of sticks and stuff that seem to go out to the arms and the legs of this fucking thing. So
Pacific Cern.
yeah, every single time he does anything, he's gonna have to roll dexterity to see if he can even stay on his fucking feet because he's just not well suited for this suit of armor. So he does stay on his feet for this one. And now it is all of your turns to roll initiative.
Roll them bones, people.
Initiative 5.
An 8.
I got it too, so if he wants to attack me, I guess I'm dead, everybody.
I got 18 plus 2, so 20. I have no idea what I would do, though. The problem is that
Stand in front of me.
We all go before he goes.
Yeah, he just went. So
okay.
Beth, you're next.
I have a question. Where is the hotties and Grant? So
They're
they'd
hanging
be
out with me,
outside, right?
smoking
See, they're outside
Sickos.
with you. Grant's still inside trying to get off that stupid goblin suit that he was wearing when you guys
So
were
Grant
talking.
didn't see
last.
that.
So Grant did not see that, no.
Okay. But the hotties are here.
But the hotties are here, yes.
So should they roll for
and
initiative?
they go like, whoa! Okay, yes, I'll make them roll for initiative. So they're going to go after you, Beth, in the initiative order.
It is Cern.
It is, sir.
How are we all feeling?
I don't want to kill Cern, even though he threw a giant rock at me.
Oh my God, guys, Cern, what do we do?
Cern, woo, hell of a throw. You got me, that's for sure. Hey, why don't you come down and talk? Cooler heads prevail and all that. Let's talk this out before one of us gets, hurt.
So he says, cooler heads, do I look cool to you? And his armor glows bright crimson red and smoke comes out of the neck. And you can just tell, like, whatever the hell armor place he got this from, it was a fire-themed place.
Come on, Cern, you're better. Come on, Cern, you're better than that. You don't need to throw out Batman Robin style puns at me. Like, let's
yeah,
talk.
Cern, you don't need to be so cold-blooded.
Ooh, okay. That's good.
Ooh.
That's I don't know if that's a dad joke. That's just a good pun, but you can get advantage. You get inspiration for
You
it.
get a golf clap from
Yeah, you get a golf clap.
Like golf
Thanks,
clap.
Get a
guys.
golf clap.
Thanks.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I recognized that it was the guy you called Lizard Boy, and then I was trying to find who that was in my memory, and then I was like, reptile, lizard, that's cold-blooded. So that's where I got that reference when I said cold-blooded.
While the dads are vamping, I'm going to try to do a perception check on Cern's rig here
Okay.
to see if it has any, like, 16-bit SNES boss style.
Are there
glowing
any
weak points.
glowing weak points?
Sure.
On this giant enemy crab.
That's an 11.
Okay, so an 11 tells you that there doesn't seem to be, at least to you, any immediately obvious weak point, but that, like any suit of armor, if you got really rowdy and got close to it, you could probably use some strength checks to try to pry individual pieces of the armor off.
Is it powered or anything?
You can basically tell that it is magically infused to give him some extra strength, but it's not like there's no like engine in there driving it.
Okay, I
other
see,
than
I
him
see.
and his sticks that he's using to manipulate the arms and legs.
What if I tried to trip him?
You could absolutely try to do that.
Like if I stilted over there my stilts and he's all tall and his suit stilts. And I
battle?
Yeah, and then I just take one of my stilts and I trip him
That's
with
pretty
it.
fucking good.
Yeah.
All right.
Ron, sweep the leg.
Okay, I'm going to try to sweep the leg, guys. All right, I walk toward Cern with my stilts.
Okay.
I say, hi. Funny seeing you here again. Funny seeing you again at all. Funny to me under these I just try to trip him with it.
Okay, go ahead and give me just a normal like melee attack roll. Just use your stats and your plus to hit for that or whatever.
I got 18 plus 2, that's 20.
Wow, 20. Okay, so he's going to do an opposed dexterity save, but he has very bad dexterity, so yeah. Describe how the tripping works, because it works. You tell me what happens.
I feel like I'm distracting him with one hand, like I'm like offering a dad handshake from the dads collectively, thinking about Cern's good memories of us that he clearly doesn't have. And then like say that's my right hand, and then I take my left hand and my left stilt and just sweep the leg.
Fantastic. All right.
And then when he falls, I'm like, Glenn told me to sweep the leg.
he goes, I heard Glenn say it. I was here. Okay, so he gets knocked prone, and he will take a D4 of damage from rattling around inside that thing. Okay, so now it is the hotties' turns. Kella Demal is going to be like, oh, shit, I feel like we should hide. This is not really our thing. Do you want to... And she looks at
Yeah,
you.
get out of here, kids. Don't worry about us. We'll figure it out. Just take care of Grant.
This foe is beyond any of you.
All right. So Yeet Bigley goes, got it. I'll get the kid, and we'll bounce.
Tell Grant I love him in case this goes down.
Yeet's like, probably not going to do that. Kella's like, I'm probably not going to do that either.
No, you really
Come
should.
on,
please.
kids. Tell him that he loves us. His dad. What's wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Oh, okay. So as you're yelling that, then Grant comes out of the haberdashery and sees. So you're just like bloodied, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So he sees you like
messed up.
blood is like pouring down your fucking body, and he goes like, "Dad! Oh no! Oh shit! Oh no!" And as he comes out, Cern looks at him and he goes, "That's right. Watch this. Watch this, child." And so the hotties are gonna run and grab Grant. Ugh, okay, so Kellen Amal runs to go grab him, but she's not strong enough to do it on her own. So Eat Bigley critical fails. So he just fucking face plants and loses all the points from his skateboarding combo that he's been building his entire life.
Man.
Got too greedy. Should have stuck the landing
Yeah.
before instead of going for that extra revert.
He was manualing too long. He was doing that jumpy
Yikes.
manual.
It gets more unstable the
Yeah.
longer you manual.
Tears are streaming down my
So he
face.
just fell?
Yeah, now it is Henry's turn.
First things first, we got to patch up our boy Darryl. So I'm gonna.
Boy.
It's your boy. I'm gonna cast Healing Word. That's gonna be that 3rd level Healing Word, and the Healing Word this week is heal.
How have I never heard that joke before? That's fucking perfection. That's so good.
Actually, no shit. I don't want to do healing. No. It's the wrong spell.
There's Cure Wounds is probably
That's,
better, right?
Yes, I want to cure wounds. That's the shit I want. I cure wounds. So that's 3d8 plus 3. It's the butt to butt one.
It's the
right?
butt to butt pyramid.
2 pyramids, ass to ass.
You get 14 health back, my man.
All right. Thank you very much.
Grant, you got to get out of here. It's crazy dangerous right now. It's super unsafe. Your dad's fine. We're taking care of him. He wants you to know that he loves him.
Go ahead and roll. He loves the guy who killed him. Roll persuasion.
I do love Cern.
18.
So that'll work. So he goes, okay, I guess. And he looks so scared and out of it that he just runs back into the haberdashery, and you sort of lose sight of him.
I give Darryl like the double thumbs up, like,
I gave you a big double thumbs up too.
But blood is running down your fucking your knuckles and your
I feel
face.
a little better. Thanks, Henry.
No problem, bro.
Okay, so it is Glenn's turn.
Matt's, you're up next, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's on the ground. He's prone. I feel like this is going to be a classic, a bard move. I'm going to try and cast Hold Person
Yes.
on Cern.
I'm gonna pop open his armor like a can opener.
I'm going to say, hey, man, cool it.
That's your catchphrase now.
Yeah. Wisdom saving throw 14 to not be held gently by my spell.
Okay. He fails. So what does Hold Person look like to you?
Hold Person is like me being like, hey, cool it. And then the person doesn't move.
Okay, great.
It's like they're kind of like, yeah.
No motion, just
Yeah, he's like struggling to get back up, and then you say, "Hey, cool," and he just like stops. Like he just,
It's like, unlike when someone says, in an argument, the worst thing you say is tell someone to calm down.
Right.
It actually has worked for Glenn his whole life. Every time someone's in an argument, he's like, hey, man, calm down. And instead of like everyone like being pissed, which is what always happens,
That's insane.
it actually works. So he's never known any other way.
I refuse to believe this. I've been able to go along with every crazy fantasy thing that we said on this podcast, but the idea of someone actually calming down when you tell them to calm down in an argument, I refuse to believe
that's
it.
basically a superpower if that's true.
Well, just what
What
Glenn's
a
always
rock
known.
star. What an
He's just
absolute
like-
legend.
He's just like, nah, man, it's something about the shredded jeans and like the generally cool demeanor and the fact that most of the time he's probably baked out of his mind and the people he's talking to are also baked out of their
It
mind.
feels like kind of like I could see Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse pulling that off, being like, hey, calm down, my friend.
There are those who have true calm down energy.
And apparently Glenn is one of them.
And Glenn's one of them. He doesn't even know it. He's just like, hey, man, cool it. And then it happens.
I feel like
to
Glenn
work.
is one of those guys that the person would be like, "Are you and then walk away, and he'd be like, "Yeah, they calmed down." They left the argument. It worked. Like they calmed down.
So Hold Person, what does it specifically say that he's just like frozen in place?
A
or what?
human and creature. Target must succeed on wisdom saving throw. At the end of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends. So you're paralyzed for the duration.
Paralyzed. Okay, cool.
Now, hang on, folks. I can hear you all screaming at your podcast players out there in Radio Land. Glenn's also going to draw deep within his fount of bardic wisdom and cast a bonus action, a little thing known as bardic inspiration.
All right, what does that do?
So, for
I
the
swear,
first
this is
time on
amazing.
this fucking podcast, as a bonus action, a creature other than me within 60 feet that can hear me gains an inspiration die, 1d8. For 10 minutes, the creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Are you fucking kidding me? You've had that this whole time?
It's been inside you the entire time, actually.
Think about the number of times, like
Darryl?
you could have like fixed digging through shit. You
This
guys
is gonna
rolled
be
like one away.
Well, no, it has to be other than me because I'm
Yeah,
already
you-
fully.
no, run.
This is the perfect Glenn move, is because it's this thing he could have done for someone else that he didn't do.
it.
Because it's not me. Why would I
Yeah.
help somebody who's not me?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It literally makes no sense for Glenn to pull this out.
This is
Yes,
insane.
this is like
to add a small thing to this one, Matt, because you will be the
How often can you use
beneficiary. 3 times per short rest.
Okay, good. I was about,
That's every single time you do anything. That's so much.
you roll 8 to add to a roll.
This can,
Man.
you'll love this one. This can be added after seeing your roll, but before knowing the outcome. So you can basically
Holy
choose to
shit.
drop in that 1d8.
Shit.
That's next
amazing.
level.
you know what it is Glenn throws him a guitar pick,
Yeah,
like in the crowd. Right?
I flick a guitar pick to you, and then on it says, "It was in you all along," like printed on, like it was custom. Like I have custom printed guitar picks.
You
that
have a pockets just fucking full of these goddamn guitar
Well,
picks.
you know the jeans pockets, the little like weird third pocket.
yeah,
they
the
have?
one's not really
That's
pocket?
full, bulging, full of custom Glenn Close Trio guitar picks that on the other side say, "It was inside you all along."
I
You
grab it.
always had the power to calm down.
I grab it out of midair. I go, "Oh, thanks. This will do." And I start picking my teeth. Like I got something in my
Ooh,
teeth with
yikes,
the guitar
yuck,
pick. That's
yuck,
great.
yuck. Mm.
All right, it's your turn now.
Actually, really quick, is the armor magic?
Yeah.
I got the axe.
You got the war cleaver, right? I was
Yeah.
wondering about that.
So I walk up to Cern. I go, "Cern, buddy, I know you're upset, man, but we can't do it this way. Sorry, I gotta get you out of that armor, dude. We can talk through this."
In what has become an unfortunately very familiar sight to you in the last few hours, he just looks up at you frozen and furious, his eyes trying to communicate as much hatred as he possibly can while his body refuses to move at all.
Hey, man, I know you got a lot of hate in your heart right now, and but I forgive you for throwing that big rock. I'm sure you're not sorry for throwing it at me, but anyways, I want to break the armor without
Okay.
hurting him.
You boop
Sure.
the armor.
Okay, so
Roll for boop.
So because he is prone and paralyzed, any attacks against him have advantage.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just roll an attack on him with advantage.
I got 22.
Okay, so describe how you're going to cut him out of this thing.
Like a can of tuna. Like I'm gonna like from probably like not his neck, probably like his butt. Like crack open that butt.
Like a can of
I'm so glad I asked.
Sorry, and then like then ratchet the axe back and forth like a can of tuna and like cut it straight down the middle.
You always
Damn.
start at the asshole.
I don't
of
want
the tuna
just
can.
look just in case it goes too far. You know, like when they like cut the cast off, I'm always afraid they're gonna like cut the person's arm. I don't want it to accidentally hit his neck. Like worst case scenario, I cut his butt. That's not as bad as cutting the neck. So I cut the butt, and then I go up, and I
I should
slice
have
it
been
down,
asking you guys to describe what you do from the very beginning of this podcast.
and I slice it down the middle, and then hopefully it pops open like
the
like
butt
a
right down the middle.
like
Well, because it's pre-cracked,
The
Beth.
armor's butt.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
armor's
all
butt.
butts are pre-cracked.
the armor's butt up to his neck, and then hopefully it pops open like an oyster.
That is exactly what happens with a 22. And there's like and like fucking steam comes out because this thing's so hot on the inside. And you see Cern's little lizard body trying to move, but he just fucking can't. And he's like facing away from you, so he can't even look at you angrily because he's
Can I pick him up?
Go ahead and use your free action to pick him up because he's fucking.
I pick him up and
incapacitated.
I hug him.
And he's just.
I go, I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry.
So how are we doing the hit points on the armor? Because did he just like? Are we just saying like he just got him?
Because it's magical and he was using it like a magic item.
Oh, that's right. It's the word
I was
cleaver.
It's the word cleaver.
I
So
was like
basically turn it up.
de-magicking
Also,
it.
give me a wisdom check to see if the word cleaver breaks or not because it's so powerful. We're going to do that for every good magical item. Rest in peace, advisor of spelling stuff.
The revisor.
I'm assuming a 4 is going to break it.
As the thing pops open like an oyster, as you so aptly described, the word cleaver shatters in your hands as well, and it is now no more.
This is
was
too
worth it.
booty shaking for this world.
And so we're out of combat now because he doesn't have his fucking armor anymore. So I'm going to restart that timer for for knights. All he's going to do is try to see if he can save against this shit. Okay, so he barely saves. So he and he goes, "You motherfucker! God damn it! I knew I should. I even knew that you had the ward cleaver. I should have picked anything other. I could have hired mercenaries. I could have learned magic. I thought, this is a shortcut. I'll just use this and not have to learn magic. But fuck! God damn it! Fuck! Fuck you! Fuck!
It's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault. It's your fault. You piece of shit.
Hey, Cern, calm down.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
I crit failed.
God damn it.
He fucking like his eyes literally go red as a blood vessel bursts in one of his eyes and blood starts just like pooling into his fucking cornea. And he goes, "Don't you fucking tell me to calm down, you pieces of shit! You fucking decided it would be funny. It would be funny, I guess, to just throw a pyramid down on my fucking kid. Fuck you!
Whoa! Hey!
Cern, your kids would not want you to throw your life away.
It doesn't matter what my kids
No,
want
it
anymore
does.
because they're dead.
It does
My kids
matter.
don't want anything
'Cause you're
except to
good
maybe not be dead.
Because you're a good person, Cern, and we didn't try to kill your kids. It was a tragic accident. We didn't do anything on purpose. And it's horrible that happened, and we've done everything we can trying to get out of this and through this. And look, I'm not mad at you for throwing that giant rock at me. I understand it. I'm just a little bit disappointed in you.
Roll persuasion.
That's a natural 20.
Whoa! Shit!
That overcomes Beth's nat 1.
So his blood vessel unbreaks. No, and when you say you're not mad, you're disappointed, his shoulders just go slack and he goes limp in your fucking arms, and he goes like, "Yeah, I'm disappointed too, because I should have been there. I should have been around to save them, but I wasn't. I was busy trying to help Boreanaz summon the Doodler, and now my kids are dead.
Cern,
So that's on me. That's on me.
There's nothing I'm going to say that's not going to make you stop blaming yourself. But as a parent, we just do the best that we can. And you were doing what you thought was right. And your kids were in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's horrible what happened. But the last thing they would want is you throwing your life away in this stupid game and killing some people who will help you. You know, in this crazy world, we've done a lot of crazy stuff. And, you know, out of everybody that we've met, you're probably the only one I would call a friend.
About 50 miles away, Peyton's like, "Hey, what?" And he takes
There's some people I've met that I consider like a son.
about 5 feet away. Grant goes, "Wait, what?"
Hey, sir, lizard boy scales mixed stuffings. I just want to say that, you know, sometimes people die and they can't maybe see you doing good things, but that doesn't mean that you're not doing good things, and you can make them proud even when they're not there to see it. Like, you can do really cool things with stilts, and you can sing really good. And even if he's not there to say, good job, son, then that doesn't mean that you're not doing a really good job and becoming a celebrity.
All right, roll persuasion.
I got him 1 again. This is really devastating,
It's
actually.
okay, Ron. Get
I don't
in here.
understand what is happening with our dice.
It's okay, Ron. Get in here. Give him a hug. Group hug.
Just so you guys know, just mechanically what's going on, it's very similar to what happened when you tried to convince Terry Jr. So he's got wins and losses. Right now, you have 2 out of 5 successes for convincing him to basically not kill you. And with 2 natural ones, he is exactly 1 failure away from basically being unreachable.
Then we got to do a group hug. We got to do the dad bod hug.
It's like one at a time. Ron, are you coming in for this hug?
I'm coming in.
All right.
So while we're all huddled around, Glenn pulls out his acoustic guitar of indeterminate origin and just slowly, mournfully starts strumming Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. So that's going to give Henry, specifically big Leonard Cohen fan over there, deep founts of bardic inspiration. So that's the second time I've cast it now. See?
Making up for lost time.
It's like unkinking a hose.
Should Ron sing it? Since
Yes, that's gonna be the last-
nothing has gotten to Cern other than Ron singing.
Yes, that's very good. That's very good.
If you do that, I will let you roll performance with
Because we
advantage.
still need
to
3
reach
more
him.
things.
Cern, there's nothing we can say or do to bring your kids back. And what happened was the most senseless tragedy I could imagine a father going through. You know, as fathers ourselves, to lose your child, to lose 2 children. I have 2 boys myself. And if I had to lose them and go through what you did, I don't think I could hold myself together. So from the bottom of our hearts, we apologize. We love you. And we would like to show you that we love you by giving you a big group hug. That always makes me feel better. And I'm hoping it'll make you feel better too.
Henry, you're right. There's nothing that we could say to make it better. But maybe, just maybe, there's something we could sing.
Both of you roll performance with advantage. Although he's never heard you play guitar because you were on the other team.
That's true, but I'm good at performances, though.
I got an 18.
So that's 15, but I have a +9 performance, so that's a 24. Yeah, man, that's my whole
bard.
gig.
Do
Fucking
I roll
hard.
for persuasion for my thing?
Well, first I'm gonna roll to see if the music affects him because that'll
Okay.
be a point on its own.
Okay.
Power of music, baby.
Yes.
All right. So it does. As your guitar begins to spool up and as he hears the dulcet chords of Ron's dual...
You know, the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift.
You didn't have him at the 4th, but when you got to the 5th, he was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Oh, man.
And okay, so it works. Okay, now go ahead.
I'm coming in for the big group hug. Here we go.
Remember, you have an extra 1d8 you can use.
15.
So you can choose, before I tell you what the result is, to add the D8 or not.
That's with the D8.
That's with the D8?
That's with the D8.
No, it's fine. I was bluffing. He rolled a 14. I was bluffing.
Oh my God, for real?
Yeah. Okay. So you come in for the hug and he like begins to resist against it, but then just the force of your body just sort of like he just sort of goes limp inside of you, but he's still like his you can still feel his muscles are a little bit tense. He's not trying to push you away. Yeah, he's rock hard. Okay, so right now where you stand is you have 1 victory left or 1 failure left. Whatever the next thing you do is determines how this turns out.
Do you want to go in for a big Darryl Wilson handshake? Like the beef is quashed?
You got him in the hug position. Now
So
take us
all 3
home.
of us are hugging.
Darryl, sweep the leg.
And then you just snap his neck.
That'd be so dark.
Give him finger guns and wink.
I open my arms up to let Henry in, and I hug Cern really tight. I go, "There's a lot of anger in there, man. You just have to let it out. Trust me. You gotta let it out, man. I'm sorry, and we all love you. Just let it out."
Okay, give me the roll.
Just a straight persuasion.
15.
All right. Okay. He bursts into tears. Tears just stream down his face, and whatever resistance he was putting up just goes away. And he just keeps saying, "They're gone. I wish they weren't." Stuff that's, when people are really mourning, they don't say things that are particularly eloquent. And he just keeps repeating them over and over and over again as you hug him tighter to your body, and your shirt begins to get wet from his lizard boy scale mixed up in tears.
And Daryl's tears start wetting his shirt as well, as he is now also weeping.
And as you are crying, holding Lizard Boy, Scales McStuffin, or Cern, as he's crying, you can hear footsteps behind you. And if you were to turn around, you would see Yeet Bigley and Killademal and your son, Grant.
So 2 sets of footsteps and like trucks.
Yeah, and the trucks of wheels going through grass, or just a guy constantly ollieing everywhere he goes. And Grant is looking at this with utter perplexion. Like, his eyes are beginning to tear up, and he looks confused, like he doesn't know why. And he's just like, Dad, what's going on?
I turn to Grant with obviously big tears in my eyes, and I go, come here, buddy.
And he does. He still looks very confused, but he walks towards you.
I give him a big hug. This is Cern, or Lizard Boy McStuffins. He was a good friend of ours at the beginning of this trip. He helped us through a lot, but his 2 children passed away, and we were trying to escape, and a tragedy happened, and part of what we did, unfortunately caused his kids to die. And
You killed his kids?
Indirectly, yeah, we were fighting monsters, and we did a big spell that unfortunately killed his kids also. And yeah, we've been through a lot.
Grant looks at Cern and he goes, I'm really sorry. And Cern just keeps crying because that ain't going to stop anytime soon. Grant looks at you and he says, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, kiddo. It's stuff like this happens, especially. And
he sees you crying. He's like, it's okay for it to not be okay.
No, it's definitely
It's not your. I've never seen you cry before.
No, even like Rudy.
Oh my God.
He goes, you know what? I forgot about Rudy. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
movie.
I forgot about
the whole guy. Just
forgot
the whole
about
team
Rudy.
lets him in at the last second.
Yeah.
It's not even about winning. It's just
Ron wasn't crying, but then he thought about Rudy and started crying.
He's like, yeah, I looked up that movie on Wikipedia. It was a little bit less heroic, but more. But yeah, okay. You're right. You did, but it's okay. I mean, do you want to talk about, because you killed? I mean,
Grant, I definitely want to talk. The only reason I don't know about talking about everything is how much. Is there a timer up around here, Grant? How much time do we have before
oops, I have my computer muted. As you open your mouth to respond to that, you hear the voice of Will Campos doing the Greg Proops guy.
Hey, Fortnite players, it's your buddy Goofo McBoofo again. The flies are starting to swarm around my brother Greg Proops,
God.
but I've got some news for you that's been buzzing around. If you're in the haberdashery, you might want to dash on out of there, because you've got a big old hat full of poison. They sell other stuff besides hats, right? I wasn't really clear on what we decided haberdasheries were full of. Maybe it's a last chance blowout sale if you want to pick up some clothes before you make your dash out of there.
Okay, so now I'm starting a new 15-minute timer to this place fills with poison. Grant turns back to you to speak again, but then you hear the beating of wings. And as you follow the noise, you see an owl, a magpie, and a crow sort of flying in from the distance. And they're all holding a bunch of leaves in their talons. They all stop in front of you and they drop the leaves on the ground. As you're looking, the leaves begin to arrange themselves and animate. And you see, as if it was drawn by leaves, like pointillism, you see Aaron O'Neill's visage staring back at you. And
I get it. It's like the owl and stuff.
Yeah, from The Witch is Dead.
Oh my gosh.
You were saving Aaron O'Neill.
This is fabulous.
What a twist.
That's why you guys were all because I wasn't in that. I didn't get it. I was like, I get this reference. What reference?
Clearly, I didn't get it either. So
If you're wondering what the heck we're talking about, last month's monthly bonus of indeterminate content for $10 and up patrons was we played a Grant Howitt one-shot called The Witch is Dead, where Will, Beth, and I played the birds who just flew in here and were apparently the witch we revived was canonically Aaron O'Neill.
If you'd like to be less like Matt and more like the rest of us, become a Patreon subscriber and you can listen to the bonus episode, The Witch is Dead.
See, Matt was lame and hasn't paid for Patreon, so he couldn't hear this. So he wasn't even got to be a part of the
And
one
I
shot.
have to shout out to our fans in the Discord, in our community Discord. It was their idea that the witch be Aaron O'Neill, and that was such a cool idea. I thought it would be fun to go with. The two-dimensional leaf version of Aaron O'Neill goes, "Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing? Are you okay?"
The time of faces spell.
It's my FaceTime spell.
No, we're alive, so that's good. But we're not doing super great. A lot's been going on.
Crazy shit, Aaron. We found Grant. We found Darryl's kid, but we've only got a couple of hours left before some other FaceTime has to happen. vis-a-vis dinner.
That's face skin time. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Grant, you don't need, I think he's kind of figured it out, but if he doesn't, Grant, you should know what's going on. Is like there was a blood pact that was made when we went to the guy who enslaved you and your friends. I mean, he tricked us into a blood pact that when we found you, that's why we went for you last, son. It wasn't because we still hadn't figured out what to do, but we have 24 hours since we saw you to, again, this is not going to happen. We have 24 hours to
Eat your face.
It's either that or we all die, and believe me, the four of us will die before we kill you. But we only got a few more hours to figure this out.
So Grant looks at you with like just shock on his face, and he goes like, "You found the other kids? Where are the other kids?"
It's a long story, Grant. We'll get into it in a second, but we really do need to figure out how the heck we're going to get out of here.
Okay, so Aaron says, "Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to you. I need to lay out all the options that you have because I can't decide this for you, but it could get real bad. So I just want to reiterate so that everybody knows."
Thanks, Aaron.
What's at stake here? I, Aaron O'Neill, this character. So, Aaron says, to reiterate, the confines of this spell basically say that you were going to eat your kid's skin. So, if he's not a kid anymore, like if he becomes a man or changes fundamentally in some way, and if some element of who he is changes such that you look at him and go, "Oh, that's not my son anymore," or "Oh, that's a man," or something like that, maybe that'll count, and you won't have to do it, and the
Like he
blood pact won't
becomes a
happen.
Packers fan.
Grant pats you on the shoulder and says, "I will never be a Packers fan. Don't you worry about that, Father."
Yeah.
If you don't do that, and the time runs up, and you haven't eaten his flesh, then all four of you are going to die. There's no other way I can put it. Your hearts are going to stop, and you will die. And I don't know what happens to you after that point.
None of us do.
we go to heaven.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Aaron's like, "Ah," and the birds are like, "Ooh."
And Henry's like,
Because, if you've listened to The Witch is Dead, Aaron has been
or if
dead.
you've read the books of Christopher Hitchens like Henry has. Darryl, my friend, let me introduce you to the blind watchmaker.
And Aaron says, okay, so, and also there's the deck of many things, right? So you could also try to draw from the deck of many things because there's a specific card in there called the Fates that if you draw that card, you can undo basically any event as if it never happened. So you could undo the fact that you signed the blood pact in the first place. But the deck of many things is also really, really, really rowdy. And there are insane ass things in the deck of many things that could happen. So if you guys end up in the top 5 of 4 nights, then you'll get the deck of many things, essentially.
Well, we have to survive 4 nights first, regardless, right? Don't we have to get out of here and not die? Isn't that like kind of priority 1 still?
How many people are even left?
Yeah, how far?
We got 3
And
groups
how
right
much
here.
time will we have after we win Fortnite?
So after you win 4 nights, you will have exactly 30 minutes.
Okay.
Well, could we just like sort of brainstorm ways that Grant could not be himself anymore, like becoming a Packers fan, which I don't approve of, but still an option. And then, as a
Has he killed anyone? You see Cern looking up from the group, tears beginning to dry on his cheeks. And he says, has he killed anyone?
No, he hasn't. That definitely, it does change you.
To be fair, there are some Packers fans that have not killed people.
Cern says he could kill somebody.
That seems
wait.
like a little too much.
Hold up, who are you thinking about, Cern?
I feel like he would basically just be punching a ticket that was going to get punched anyway.
Whoa.
Man, that's dark.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For real, sir? No, that's
Wait, so you
that's
don't
not
mean-
happening.
I don't, you guys are, you're nice, but like, I can't keep doing this. This is, I had them to live for, and then I had you're in your Wookiee life debt to live for, and then I had killing you to live for, and now I got fucking nothing.
Cern,
Well,
I
Cern,
can't.
you can still live to kill us.
He goes, I never quite got you.
Cern, I can't give you something to live for, buddy, but we're not going to kill you. And I just know that personally, I could use you around right now.
Okay.
All right. Quick
He's-
dad hole.
Dad huddle.
Okay, guys. So I guess Grant killing somebody is definitely an option. It doesn't seem like the best option, but I don't know if that's any more or less traumatizing than watching, all 4 of us die in front of him.
Yeah, I'm not crazy on the making your 13-year-old son kill a man.
Yeah,
Also,
man, that's like some Conan the Barbarian shit.
Falling
man.
in love is one thing, but telling somebody you love them, I know for me personally was a big defining moment in my life when I finally told Carol how I feel.
What about saving a life? Like you know, if he's going to be so changed about killing someone, like, what about saving someone?
I don't know if we can like construct a way for him to save somebody and it be real.
What if I fall down and I'm like, oh, save me?
Well, what I was getting at was what I was getting at was
Oh, I got lightheaded.
look, this may not work, but you know, it's better than nothing. I was gonna say is it's pretty clear to me that Grant likes that Yeet Bigley kid.
You know, I was picking up on a vibe between the two of them too.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe it's a little weird to, you know, kind of, you know, love blooms on the battlefield and all that, but like, you know, that could be like a thing that maybe he talks to Yeet. And,
Canonically,
you know,
all the dads have played and loved Metal Gear Solid.
oh yeah, absolutely. So maybe he talks to Yeet Bigley and you know,
Well,
Yeah,
so
you're saying we could make like Amazon and ship it.
yeah. No, I think it'd be great. Grant's really introverted, and like I
Ron's
mean,
like 21.
he's in 8th grade, but you know, I met Carol in high school, so it's not that far apart. I'm not saying they're getting married or anything necessarily, but you know, you can at least tell a kid that he likes him, and you know, I don't know.
I don't know if
do
that's
we-
enough, man.
I'm worried that it wouldn't be enough to like. How do we? Is there any? Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Do we know if the curse is broken once it's
Yeah,
broken?
is there like a mood ring or something he could be
like
wearing?
a
Yes,
ding
yes.
sound?
The paper that you have, the one with the image of him
Yeah.
screaming in agony forever, that will just incinerate instantly.
Oh, so we could just like try things.
Yeah, absolutely. Poison begins to stream out of the ground beneath you guys.
shit.
It's just happening. So everybody roll a d6 and take that much damage. You chatted for 15 minutes.
Ooh,
I took a lot.
Glenn saw Poison in concert, so he actually only took 2 damage.
nice.
I took a 6.
I got a 6-2.
Wow.
5.
Grant takes a 6 and he begins to cough and like, oh fuck, we should.
You know what it is? It's because Glenn has smoked so many substances that he's like, all right, the lungs are just so like charred at this point. That's
Daryl's
just, like,
running.
2
Whatever.
damage.
I don't
Let's
know.
go,
how
let's
quick
go, let's
Anthony's
go.
taking-
You can either normally run and take another d6 of damage, or you can sprint and almost certainly give away your position, but not have to take the extra d6 of damage.
Can I see if I can grab a few t-shirts to put over our faces?
Yeah, why don't you make an investigation roll?
4.
No, take another d6 of damage because you were searching.
Grant, save me.
I'm picking up Grant and running.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to sprint. I have 15 health.
Yeah, I'm sprinting.
Let's.
I'm
Okay.
just going to take a light jog. I'm doing the regular one. I'm going
I
to light
sprint.
Take
jog.
another d6 then.
D-sex.
D6.
Wow.
Sex.
Another 3 damage. Man, this is great. Glenn's like, hey, you know what? This kind of's got a cool, like, incensey smell to it.
Okay, you come back to Zone G once again. When you were here last time, you saw 2 combatants fighting. One of them is dead now. All of you guys represent 3 of the remaining factions. So there's the Hotties, there's the Doodlers, and there's Cern. So that's 3 factions. You come back,
Pacific Cern.
Pacific Cern.
Yeah.
As you come back to the
Pack
tavern,
Cern, if you will.
Wow.
holy shit. Wheels within wheels.
Baby, yes. Air high fives all the way over the wheel. Love it.
When you come back here, you see a what the fuck is a Githzerai? What do they look
That's
like?
a
Oh, it's like a little furry like rat. They're very cute.
Is that what
and
they
they don't have any
really- No,
damage.
no.
They're
I'm
small
gonna Google
insect-like
Githzerai.
creatures about the size of your palm.
They're like big
mogwai.
fluffy hearts. Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, they're cool looking. So you basically see a guy floating in the air with his legs crossed.
A Lakitu.
He's doing fucking a Zen pose and shit like that. He's got these really long
so we see
elvish ears.
Zenyatta.
And he's throwing little spiky balls down.
He's kind of Zenyatta-ish actually, but he's like Zenyatta crossed with Shang Tsung.
So Zendaya.
Zendaya, yes. You see Zendaya. You see him basically fighting a chimera, which looks exactly the way that you've seen them in myth and stuff. You know, it's got 3 heads. One's a lion, one's a ram,
He's
one's
fighting
a
the
dragon.
virus from Mission Impossible 2, Chimera.
Perhaps
Quick! I cast Bellerophon.
Oh, God.
Will
Nice.
Campos is on
Yeah.
fire tonight.
The first time in human history somebody has made that specific of a reference to Mission Impossible 2, and that includes Tom Cruise and John Woo. Okay, so I'm
Anthony,
gonna-
would it make you feel better if I didn't want you to do this?
Then feel better.
God. So they definitely notice you guys come
they're
in,
fighting.
But they are fighting.
So I'm going to
gonna
act as weak as possible. I'm going to be like, oh, hey, buddies, and then do nothing.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intimidation and try to fail.
Can you just do like a bluff? Does there deception?
Is there bluff?
There's
oh,
deception.
Oh, yeah, sorry, do deception.
It's like, I want to make it to be like, I'll take care of this big guy, then I'll clean these dudes up. You know, like when we're playing Apex.
Or
and
we
he's
could like
"Ugh."
fake that we're dying, like when we get through
Oh,
the.
I got an 11.
So he can tell that you are all pretty fucking strong. But if you do the math, this is 5 teams in this location
Yeah.
right here, right now.
Oh wait,
He sort of looks at you 5 and he looks at the chimera he's fighting, And then he pushes the chimera away and then just starts to build a tower out of stone around himself. I'm going to start another timer, and it's going to be basically 15 minutes. And then once that's up, then you will have survived 4 nights.
Can we build a stone tower around us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we build a stone tower?
Let's build a stone tower around us.
It's that build strat time.
All right, we build.
Okay. What are you going to build out of? Stone, wood?
Stone. That's
Okay.
why I was holding on that stone. I want to get that nice stone structure.
Okay.
We're like 3 stories up, and then we got like little poke holes.
We have 20 stone.
20 stone. So
We have 20 stone.
we use all the stone to reinforce it and make it as strong as possible.
Okay, so a tower is 30 stone. So you can make 2 floors of a tower.
Okay, make 2 floors of a tower.
And then the rest in wood. We have 20 stone and 48 wood.
Sure, we make the bottom floors of stone, and then we do a little wood, nice balcony on top that we can sit on.
And also, when you guys ran, the big collection of leaves sort of went with you, and Aaron O'Neill's like, "You guys are building stuff out of wood?" No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Now's not the time.
It's magical wood. It's not real wood. It just behaves the way people think wood should. It's fine. We're good. Each of you is going to, I guess, spend your turn in this moment building a tower together.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Sure.
So we'll just say that happens.
I'm
then,
sauntering
basically.
up late to the party because I was just taking a light jog.
Right. The hotties were basically like, yeah, building is a very good strat at this point. I feel like we still kind of just want to hide because it's still not really our problem, I guess. Although, wait,
Lazy teens?
Grant's got to die? That fucking... Ugh. Yeet's like, man, that sucks. That would be so bad if you died. You sure you won't want to kill somebody? Kell's like, you should absolutely kill somebody. Killing somebody is like the best. It's one of my favorite things. It's way easier than you think it is, and it gets easier the more that you do it. And
I don't know if I like these kids. For
Yeet Bigley's
Grant,
like, I don't know about that. I'm not really. I'm glad that she does because like I'm alive because of her. But like I don't know about that, man. I don't
know, Henry. Now I'm
Grant.
liking this. He the character.
And Grant's like, I don't know either. It's like I'm torn between these 2 competing viewpoints and my dad. Well, maybe we'll just see how this rolls out after 4 nights is done. If there's one thing my dad's taught me, it's that we can always talk about it later.
And then when we get to the top, I go, "Hey, congrats everybody! Hell of a game! All 5 of us, we won! Congrats!"
So the chimera is unfortunately not intelligent enough to have that conversation. So it's going to try to destroy your tower.
Ugh.
The chimera multi-attacks. So it gets 3 attacks, one with its bites, one with its horns, and one with its claws. So the chimera is going to attack the base of your stone thing. First attack is going to miss. He tries to bite at the stone, but it's just too strong, and he just goes, oh, and his little lion teeth hurt. And then he's going to try to ram it with his horns, and that definitely hits. And then he does... There's a crack in the foundation of the stone tower, but it's not enough to fully break. And then with his third attack, he's going to use his dragon's claws, and that's going to hit. He basically knocks out one of the 3 support pillars that give your tower its stability.
Give me the sword.
Wait,
The Dimmenord sword. We're going to brace the building with the Dimmenord sword. Just give me the sword.
that's good.
Oh, shit. That's great.
I know, guys. I have a thought. Quick story.
Okay, well, the building, he just
We need
punched
3.
the thing
We
out.
need 3
Do
stories.
that. No, but I think we can
Okay.
save Grant.
Okay.
When I was about Grant's age for Thanksgiving, my dad had me shoot a turkey. He
Oh my
said, if we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner, I think it's about time. If we're going to eat meat, you should know where your food comes from. And he gave me the gun, and I shot the turkey, and I was so nervous. I wasn't very good at it. And it fell to the floor, and I watched it sitting there gasping for breath and dying. And I remember watching the turkey, breathing and moving. And my dad put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, don't let it suffer. And I shot again, and I watched it die, and I did that, and it was a lot. It definitely changed me. There's this. I think it's one of the first times as a kid, I did something that I knew I could never take back, and I took something away. It was a lot. I still think about it, and honestly, I haven't gone hunting since. It's just not for me. So, anyways, maybe that's like maybe the chimera is like Grant's turkey. Here's what I think we got to do. We have the stone. I climb that chimera's neck. He warps to me, gets on top of its head, and stabs it.
Whoa.
And kills the chimera.
You have to teach him the importance of where food comes from in the circle
and
of
we're
life
gonna
and death.
grill and we're
you
gonna
need
grill
to
that bad
grill
boy
it.
and give it to everybody else who won this game with us.
Yes.
Whoa, you're going to grill down with your boy?
I think we gotta try to take this thing out, and I can't take Grant out of danger forever. I think we gotta let him join the battle.
Yeah, he attack, but he also big cat.
Let's go for it.
So here's the thing. I'm not in the tower. I showed up late because you guys came and built, but I could play the guitar to distract the heads, giving you a chance to jump on it.
There we go. All right, so I go down to Grant.
Okay.
I go,
What's going
Grant,
on? What are we doing?
look, buddy, I've told you the story of Grandpa teaching me how to hunt like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like way too many times. Like
yeah,
every
it felt like the
Thanksgiving.
moral was that you didn't like it that much.
I didn't. But you know what? It was an important lesson about where we get our food. And
I was
while this
thinking
is
about
exactly
going
the same-
vegetarian.
I know, but as I told you, this is a very dangerous situation. Your dad and his friends could die, and you could die too. And I think, son, can you help me? I need your help with this.
Oh, okay.
I need your help.
Yes.
Here's an axe.
Oh,
You're
shit,
strong.
giving me an axe?
You can swing this,
Okay.
and you have that stone that you can teleport.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up on that chimera, and when it's time,
You're looking really bad. Are you sure?
no, I'm not sure, but we gotta do something. And when I'm up there, I'm gonna give you the old doodler cry.
All right.
And you're going to get up there and you're going to do that final swing. And you know what? If we do it, we're going to grill some Chimera burgers.
Okay.
You like burgers? Double cheese?
I was trying to convince myself I didn't because it's not sustainable.
You want some burgers after this?
Big's like, fuck yeah, I do. And Grant's like, I would love some burgers. burgers sound great.
All right, kid.
So Henry grabs the Dimmadorn sword and he's going to brace it against the building to give us a third pillar.
That's fantastic. You basically have healed the pillar of damage done to the tower. So you bought yourself some more time. That's awesome.
We built this tower on Dimmadome.
Okay, so tell me what you're doing next, folks.
Ooh, I think it's time. I'm going to pull out the battle axe of hatred.
Ooh, okay.
Which gives me advantage on my performance checks.
Mm-hmm.
Sick distorted sounds play. Walk This Way by Aerosmith, and as I
my
start
gosh.
wailing at the chimera to walk this way, walk this way,
Okay, go ahead and roll performance
so
with
that
advantage.
was 24 with my
Holy
plus
shit.
9 on performance, and now I need a roll to see if this thing breaks and unleashes a demon.
It's going to be just like
That's
the,
a 13,
the phones.
so we're good for now.
So you're good for now. Yeah, you basically just have to not roll a 2 from now on.
Okay.
So as the sweet, sweet licks of Aerosmith sail through the Forgotten Realms air and into the ears and the ears and the ears of the Chimera, it turns at you and snarls and just fucking charges at you. So everybody's taking a turn, correct?
I haven't.
Okay, go ahead.
I honestly think I'll just hang out with Cern.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are you saying to him?
I try to put my arm around him.
Cern just sort of moves aside, just kind of dodges the arm. He's like, I don't.
I nod stoically.
Okay, you're gonna get multi-attacked, Glenn. Get ready for it. So the first, he tries to bite at you with his lion fangs, and just complete whiff. And then he's gonna try to speed up a little bit, ram you with the horns. Okay, so he's gonna do max damage. He has 16 damage to you. And then he's gonna try to swipe at you with his dragony claws. There are so many natural 20s in this episode.
Oh, shit.
And with the claw, he does.
You're going to get knocked out.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
14 damage.
How much HP do you have?
That takes me from 10 to -4.
Oh, fuck.
Shit. Okay, so you are knocked
the first time
So
down.
I'm in death save world now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some death saves.
We quick saved right before this battle, right?
So because you were down, if you have 0 hit points, the best way to save a creature with 0 hit points is to heal it. If healing is unavailable, the creature can be stabilized with a wisdom medicine check. Whenever you start your turn with 0 hit points, you have to make a death saving throw to determine whether you creep closer or further away from death. And you just got to get a 10 or higher. And you need 3 successes to stabilize. And if you get 3 failures, you die.
Ooh, baby.
Okay, so now I feel like this feels pretty much like combat now that one of y'all got knocked out. So let's go ahead and roll initiative again, please.
19.
I got a 3.
I got a 4.
Matt, you haven't thought your thing all the way through.
What?
Grant's not going to be able to one-hit this guy.
I mean, we're going to hit him too. If he doesn't look like he's bad, then he won't warp and attack. You didn't think it through by not going inside the tower.
Next time you're blaming each other. Don't turn on each other. This is just what the Chimera wants. Freddie, what was your initiative?
19.
19. Oh, wow. Okay. So
I kind of don't want high initiative in this.
you don't, unfortunately, but you tied with Matt, so we'll say Matt goes first. Okay, so now we are in combat. Matt, it is your turn, and we're going to say that Grant basically is a bonus action on
He's just
attached
hiding in
turn.
the doorway or whatever.
Yeah, he's holding the axe and then the orb in the other hand.
I want
is
to say,
just
since we weren't in combat beforehand, when I was telling that to Grant, I ripped the door off the
The hinges?
The hinges, and I'm using the door as a weapon.
Oh, cool. That's
Because
dope.
a barbarian, I can use like really big things as weapons, and I get bonuses for using improvised weapons.
Ooh, that's dope as hell. That's great.
I'm evoking rage, which is as a bonus action, so I'm going to get a bunch of stats and whatnot. And then while rage is evoked, I can call my ancestral protectors. So I shall call forth Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights, and my own father, Frank.
The logistics of this are because Coach Taylor is not real, and because George Washington was actually
Shut your mouth.
and because George
You
Washington was
shut
actually a
your
piece of
fucking
shit.
mouth.
I assume they are the versions of what he imagines them to be. So it's like your
No,
idealized
George
version.
Washington is who he is. All the complications, all the bad slavery stuff, but also the founding of our country and a lot of good stuff too. He's a complicated father figure.
Oh my gosh.
Just embrace it. He's not some perfect father
right.
figure. Now Lincoln, on the other hand, pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, Lincoln was fine. I have no complaints about Lincoln.
Can we just say, though, that this canonically takes place in the same universe
As Friday Night Lights?
Well, but that doesn't make sense, because then how would maybe Darryl...
You've just heard of this small-time
Darryl
football
saw a
coach?
30 for 30 about Eric Taylor and the team
I
from
like
Friday
that.
Night Lights.
Yes.
Or maybe in my head I go Coach Taylor, and then there is some Coach Taylor in like Mississippi, and he looks enough like him that I'm kind of like, it doesn't look quite like the guy on TV.
He's like an ugly Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, but it's just like a dude that's there.
Okay, then yes, they show up in spectral form and they look great.
And the
They look-
Avengers music plays.
Yeah, they look exactly the way that you imagine that they should. Everything that's great about America and your dad and the TV show Friday Night Lights encapsulated in 4 human beings.
On the practical gameplay level, what that does is it gives disadvantage to the Chimera if it ever attacks anything that's not me.
Great.
So if it tries to attack like Grant, for example, or anybody else.
Cool.
So I see them. I salute for some reason Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, and I give
George Washington's like, I used to go into bars and get drunken people and forcibly abduct them into my army.
Yes.
He doesn't really say that. He's like, America is good and I'm a hero.
Abraham Lincoln, he wouldn't say that either.
Time.
I put a thumbs up to Coach Taylor, and I look at my dad and I go, hey, Dad, I miss you. I know you can't talk to me yet because I need to be level 9 for that. But once I get there, hopefully we can talk. I just want you to know that hopefully I don't see you anytime soon, and I just need your help, buddy.
He just gives you a nice and restrained nod.
Darryl stares at it for a second longer, very sad that he can't talk to his dad. And then he goes charging out the Chimera with a door. I think I'm going to go for the lion's head. I know,
King
big
of the
surprise,
jungle,
but actually
baby.
I'm less scared of lions than I am of goats or rams. So I'm going to
Very
take
specific.
So I'm going to take the door, and I run at the Chimera, and I swing the door at the lion's head. I have to roll dice to see if this shit happens because it's Dungeons and Dragons. 18.
It hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Boom. Tough acting, acting.
Holy shit.
No.
The fucking B-sides of culture.
Oh my god.
It's the Mission Impossible 2 of John Madden quotes.
I feel like Greg Proops would be really jealous if he saw this Chimera right now.
So that's a 5.
Yeah, that's like goals for Greg
Yeah.
Proops.
So 5 plus 3, so that's 8, and then rage gives me plus 2, so that's 10.
So you bring down this door, and the doorknob just hits the lion head of the Chimera directly in the fucking eye. And when you pull back the doors up to hit again, the eye comes with it.
Does it look bloodied?
Not even close.
Oh, this
Not
has
even
a lot of HP.
This is yes, it has tons
a
of
little
HP.
remotely bit close. And you can also see the Githzerai in the tower is just sort of has his chin on his palm, and he's just like watching this going like, oh, this is neat.
Did that guy not do any damage?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Oh yeah, you're right. He should be wounded. I will say that. Okay,
Good job,
so
Freddie.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
See, for my comfortable perch here, Dad, I can.
I can actually do this better. I can roll attacks from the Githzerai because I've got his thing right here, and I can actually.
Fighting for like 20 minutes.
This is like Deadliest Warrior, where they simulate the battles before the.
Yeah.
before
So we
the-
get Max Geiger on the horn.
Good save, Freddie.
Small funny story, by the way, folks listening. Max Geiger from Deadliest Warrior, the guy who was like the computer tech, we all know him. He was my roommate for years. It was always hilarious because people would give him shit because like he was the computer guy, and they would be like simulating these things, and they would cut to like a spreadsheet, and they'd be like, "What? They're just using Excel to simulate this?" And Max would always be like, "What do you think video games are? It's just math and numbers, you idiots." I was like, "Good point, Max."
All right, turns out I'm a genius because the arbitrary amount of damage I decided to take away from him was mathematically identical to what would happen if he'd hit him twice and done 2 attacks of normal average damage. So my dick's pretty hard right now.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, guy, I'd just like to say that's a lot of ding dong talk. So let's cool it. All right. Like, this is a podcast for grown-ups.
Okay, so he's still not quite bloodied, but I will just tell you it's close. Glenn, it's your turn. Give me a death saving throw.
8. That's a failure on the first one.
Okay, so that's 1 out of 3 failures. All right, so it's Chimera's turn now.
He doesn't have to attack me just if he doesn't. He doesn't know this. If he doesn't, he gets disadvantage on somebody.
Right, but you definitely tried to just
Yeah,
grapple him, so he's going to attack you. All right, so he's going to make his 3 attacks. Every single time he tries to bite, it does not work. He hits you with the horns, I assume. Is 18 going to hit your AC?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so he does 9 damage, and then he crit fails with the attempt to hit you with the claws. So he just fucking whiffs so friggin' badly that he...
Hits Glenn. Ah, fuck.
So yeah, he only did the 9 damage to you in that turn, and that's
Okay.
his whole turn.
I got 5 left.
So now it is Ron's turn.
Okay, guys. Here's my idea. We still have those orb things, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So, Glenn was trying to distract the camera with music, but what if we put one of the orbs on the ground like a tasty snack, and then when the camera eats it, we're holding an axe with the other orb, and we just transport right into his fracking head.
So we throw Grant into the stomach.
I mean, sometimes that's how the legends are born.
Telefrag.
Yeah, that's absolutely a
It's a
telefrag.
telefrag.
That's
Holy
fucking
shit.
a really good idea.
Okay, who has the orb?
Grant inside the tower is holding an orb at the doorway, and then Matt, who is almost knocked the fuck out, is holding the other orb.
Put the boots on Grant's feet because there's like water, right? Like it's wet inside
Yeah.
there. The boots can't touch it. It'll just explode
blow out his
through
guts.
like it's gonna be
my
incredibly
God.
explosively
Yeah,
violent.
the boots will have to move wherever they have to move to not be touching water.
1,000 kicks from inside,
Well, and he's holding the axe around, so he'll just start cutting them off
We're
from the inside.
basically, this is like when people are like, Ant-Man should go up Thanos'
Yeah.
he'll just spin at an incredible RPM and just shred the Chimera to bits.
That's great.
Yeah, we just gotta
Now-
get it in his mouth.
The trauma of the
If
following.
you're shouting this to each other, Grant hears all this. He's like, okay, I guess. All
Yeah.
right.
Just to clarify, he has an axe and an orb, right?
Yes. Right
Yes.
now he
Okay,
has an
and
axe
then you
orb.
have the other orb.
I have the other orb.
Okay.
Okay, Ron, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to take the boots off of Glenn and then maybe give him a little pat on the head like, hey, buddy, I believe in you. I'm going to give these back. Maybe you won't want them back. And then I'm going to go over to Grant. And,
What did you tell Cern before you did this?
Cern, hold tight. I got to get the boots.
As you like leave the tower, he's like, I have a health potion. Okay.
Now, to be clear, he's not so much running as taking 2 large steps on
That's true.
stilts.
That's true. You lifted your leg out of the entire top of the tower and then just like boonk, and we're
Actually, okay, I'm going to role play that Ron gives his stilts to Cern. He's like, you're going to want a good view for this, buddy. It's
That's
going to be
great.
hardcore. And then I run over and I take the boots off of Glenn and then I give them to Grant.
Okay, and then Grant puts them on. He's like, these things are hydrophobic because there's a very good chance I'm going to pee myself. So I would be interested to see what that does. And he puts them on, and he is wearing the boots now. Now it is Henry's turn.
Cern just said he has a potion, right? Because I'm in the tower too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, Cern, chuck me that potion.
All right.
Are you going to yeet this potion bigly?
Here's what I want to do. The sword is propped up against the side, right?
Correct.
Of the thing. Yeet!
What's up, man?
I toss Yeet the potion.
He catches it without even looking at it.
I need you to fucking grind like you've never ground before, my dude. I need you to ride that sword and slam this potion into that almost dead guy's mouth.
Before you can get the ein grind out, he's already fucking like somehow you threw it to him and he was at the bottom of the tower, and then I need you to he was just at the top of the tower and he's grinding.
He's like, drop it in.
All right, I'm gonna roll for his grind. Baby, that's a 19. He fucking dark slide.
The only card he needs is the ace of spades.
He does a fucking 5-0. He does other grinds that I don't remember the names of.
Forward slide.
He's gonna jump off the grind and he's gonna start manualing on the grass.
Keep the combo rolling.
Keeps combo. All right, he gets an 11. That's better than 10. So he fucking manuals. He jumps into the air, does a fucking natural 20. He Christ airs over Freddie and uncorks the health potion, and he yells, yeet, and he fucking throws it in it perfectly. right onto your fucking mouth, and he gives you, you get 5 HP back, and you are stabilized. So you're back,
Freddie
you're
pops
conscious
back
again.
up, takes it out of his mouth, and goes, "That's brisk, baby."
Oh, that's fucking
Oh
good.
wait, he probably did the whole thing as like the Capri Sun amorphous blob thing that only shows up once they're skateboarding. The fucking like Donnie Darko thing.
Oh, that's really good. All right, so you are now stabilized.
So I'm at 5 health.
Oh, you're 5 health, which means you're conscious, which you can like take actions and shit like that.
Yay.
Okay, so
Told
Henry,
you you'd want a good view, Cern.
Cern was like, "Holy shit, you weren't kidding." That was a bonus action, basically telling you to do that. So you still have your action.
All right, I cast Cure Wounds. Oh, shit, no, Cure Wounds is touch. Shit. I cast Healing Word.
What's today's healing word?
Are you not close enough to touch me?
I'm in the tower.
Oh, okay.
I'm close enough to emotionally touch
Okay.
Darryl.
Yeah, well, that's always the case.
The word of the day is believe.
Always.
That's 2d4 plus 3. 7 health.
All right.
It is now your turn again, Darryl.
I'm just going to let him eat my hand. If I need to. I need to get this in here.
Your hand itches.
Huh?
I said your hand itches.
What does that mean?
You can roll perception.
Oh, shit.
17.
As your hand is itching, you look down at it, and for a second, you swear there is an eyeball in the center of your hand that was looking at you that immediately closes, and then your hand is normal again. Whoa, weird.
It's a fucking library, dude.
It's the library.
Yeah.
It's the hand that you had reattached by the library.
This is Call Cthulhu. Should I roll for a Sandy? Darryl just... There's a lot going on, so like it doesn't actually phase him that much. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. He actually double checks that the wedding ring is still his wedding ring.
Yeah, it's still your wedding ring.
Okay.
The
Library is married to Darryl.
So I pull out the teleportation orb. What does it look like?
It is a beautifully, gorgeously, perfectly spherical purple orb with some swirling mists inside of it and shit, and it's got a glassy sheen on it. It's like it'd be great for fucking gravity juggling or whatever the hell, contact juggling, fushigi.
So just like one of Darryl's all-time fucking favorite movies, The Rock, he takes the inspiration from Nicolas Cage and holds the orb and tries to shove it into the mouth of the chimera and says, "Eat this, motherfucker."
Great. All right, give me
Some
a strength
people
check.
call it Dwayne Johnson, but I still call it The Rock.
That's a good. Somebody should Photoshop the Rock poster, but it just says Dwayne Johnson.
That's good. In that fire, in the
Yeah.
fire font. What am I rolling for? Because I got a 16, but I want to see what I add to
You
it.
roll your strength modifier.
Oh, which I get plus on my rage. So that is going to be +3. I got 21.
So that definitely beats his 16. Describe what happens as you jam this fucking thing down its gullet.
So I put it in his mouth, and then kind of like a pinball machine where you pull back, like my other fist is a plunger, and I just punch the shit out of the orb so it goes like giving a cat a pill. But less violent.
Wait, what?
Now I'm understanding why Plato's so mean to everybody.
When you give a cat a pill because they are horrible and they try to bite you, you gotta like hold their neck and like lift them and go, "Ah," and then you take a pill and you literally just like chuck it into the back of their neck so that they just gotta swallow it.
It sounds like you would go for the lion's head because you know the way to like do it for a
Sure,
cat.
yeah, maybe I know how
Yeah,
to put
Darryl
it.
feeds the pills to the cat
Yeah,
at
definitely.
home.
That's why his arms are scratched up like mine.
That's
yes,
great.
yes. I grab the lion by the mane. He goes, "Ah," and I take the pill and I chuck it down his throat.
Okay.
And then I turn and I look at Grant. I go, "It's your turn, kiddo."
He looks at the orb in his hand, and then he looks at the lion that's now just going, and you see this like big bulge in his neck that sort of moves down his esophagus through peristalsis until it's in his fucking stomach. You hear a cartoon splash as it lands in his stomach. And
I'm making the sign of the cross as this is happening. by the way.
Grant looks at you and he goes, I guess I love you, Dad. Here we go. And then he disappears. And you see very suddenly a Grant-shaped like silhouette in this thing's stomach. And he's like,
Oh, it's not so bad in here.
and he loses his balance and his body begins to fall. And you can see his like feet
Just
begin
hold on
to
to the axe tight, kid. Just hold on to the axe.
his feet begin to poke out of the sides of him, and then like they start moving again. They start moving really, really fast, and then he begins to, just like you predicted, he starts to spin and spin as his feet try to find any purchase that doesn't have moisture on them, but he can't. So it's like he's a ragdoll that's like glitching out. It's just like it's every direction is going, and this chimera is just looking at you with the most confusion from 3 separate heads that shouldn't have the muscles on their face to even convey confusion, but it absolutely is. And you hear sinew getting torn apart within as the axe is just shink, 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 just cutting, and you hear liquid internal bleeding of every shape and sort after what seems to be a perilously long fucking time. The creature bisects in the middle, like explodes outward as gore and viscera.
Trisect?
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. It splits into 3 equal-sized chunks. It like splits at the seams of where the heads meet the neck. So it's like 3 separate slices of chimera vertically just explode outward in jibs. You see a blood-covered Grant still slipping and sliding around in the blood going like, ah!
I want to add one thing from the microphones. You hear an awestruck Goofo McBoofo say,
Monster kill.
Shit. So you see your son Grant in the middle of a pool of viscera, of guts and blood and vomit that is almost certainly partially his, if not primarily his. And he wrenches the shoes off of his feet and stands up, his feet getting sticky in the blood that he has left on this ground. And he turns and sees that one of the heads of the chimera, the lion with its one eye, is still alive. It's choking and it's coughing and it's hacking up blood. And he just stands over it and he stares into its one remaining eye as it coughs, as it hacks, and as that one remaining eye eventually closes and it dies. And he just continues to stare at it without moving, without saying anything.
I walk up to Grant and I look at the chimera and I see that it's just died. And I put my hand on his shoulder and I ask, hey, Grant, you okay, buddy?
As he continues to look down at the corpse of the chimera, he repeats back the words that you have said to him many times in this adventure. And he says, everything's fine.
I mean, I pull out the paper. It's not necessarily great the way Grant's looking, but I pull out the blood pact.
So yeah, you pull out the paper, the blood pact paper, which still has the Harry Potter-ish image of him constantly screaming as his flesh is being ripped off and stuff. But in your hands, it begins to incinerate. It begins to burn from the inside out, which might give you some degree of comfort. But as it burns away, you see behind it the real Grant with none of the fear, none of the anxiety, none of the worry that you saw in the childlike version that just burned up in your hands. There's somebody different in front of you. You see a look on his face that you have never seen before. Who can say whether or not he's a man? Who can say whether or not he's an adult now? But you can tell with 100% certainty that something inside of him has changed, that a bell has rung that cannot be unrung. And the look on his face right now, you hope to never see again. And maybe if you're lucky, you won't. But maybe that's not what life has in store for young Grant Wilson.
I look at the other dads and I hold up the blood pact and I say, yay. No, but I am very relieved.
Hands go up, yay.
Hey, buddy, I know it's been tough and you've been wanting to talk, but, now that this is all done, maybe, we can talk about stuff.
So Grant, for the first time, looks up from the corpse of the chimera into your eyes. Although for the way that his expression doesn't change, he might as well still be looking at the corpse of this beast. And he says, no, it's fine. And as he begins to say, no, it's fine, he freezes. His eyes roll back into his head. And as you've seen so many times before, when his eyes roll back, they are purple. A familiar voice goes, congratulations! Your son, since you met him, only wanted one thing, and that was to talk, to open up and to actually have a real conversation. And now you've ensured he'll never want to do that again. Oh, you dumb idiot, bad dad,
I'm so
dumb
fucking tired of these
moron.
assholes.
Oh, you're so bad at this. You've accomplished more than we could have ever asked for. You've absolutely nailed it. But
Thank you.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. I'm not even going to listen to you. Grant, find the other kids. Stick together. We're going to come get you.
Grant goes, oh, okay.
I love you, buddy, and we're going to find you. Find the other kids. You're all going to be okay.
He goes, all right, I love you too. The other kid, oh, shit. And he begins to fade out, and the voice says, so I imagine you're probably feeling pretty sore, just like you have been every other time we saved one of
You
your
son
children.
of a bitch. My kid had to kill something
Yeah.
just to survive.
The important thing is, you've now done your job. You can now go home. But I'm sure you won't want to do that unless you can see your kids in person and know they're safe and da-da-da-da-da. So I am hereby offering a formal invitation for you to come to our castle at Ravenloft, and we'll talk all this out. And once we're done, you will feel so good about heading back to your world knowing that your kids are safe. Sound good?
No. We're going to come
That
and we're
doesn't
going to...
sound good at all.
Yeah, we're going to take our kids and
What
we're going to kill you.
Are you fucking serious?
All right, well, I mean, you can think about it. That's fine.
I know we don't need to think about it, but we'll see you in Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Ding dong. We're coming.
Henry, I thought you said no more ding dong talk.
That saved us again.
Dungeons and Daddies is Matt Arnold as Darryl Wilson, Anthony Burch as our DM, Will Campos as Henry Oak, Beth May as Ron Stampler, and myself, Freddie Wong as Glenn Close. Theme song and outro is called All Right by Maxton Waller. Ooh, we made it. Didn't have to eat Grant's skin, and it was all thanks to fine Patreon supporters like Rebecca McKay, Luke Garou, Chad Mason, Alex Schulte, and Franz Rodriguez. You can join their ranks at patreon.com/dungeonsanddads. For $5 a month, you get a whole extra bi-weekly podcast called Talking Dad, which we record right after each episode is recorded, and we talk about the happenings of the episode. You get behind-the-scenes look at character choices, meta thinking, and also very embarrassing personal stories from all of us. $10 a month, you get a new piece of content every month. As we mentioned in this episode, this last month, it was a one-shot called The Witch is Dead. Previous months have been BTS videos and TV show commentaries, and you get a PDF in-character newsletter every 2 months, a thing we call Daddy Issues, and you get merch discounts, which I just posted a picture of our first enamel pin proof from the manufacturer on our Patreon page at patreon.com/dungeonsanddads. Merch coming soon. We are at Dungeons and Dads on Twitter, bit.ly/DungeonDads for that private Facebook group, r/Dungeons and Daddies for that subreddit, and bit.ly/dadgut, all caps, for the group transcription project. Thanks so much for listening. We're coming back at you in 2 weeks here on October 29th, just before Halloween, so we'll see you then.
There was a time when you could read between the lines. You know they never brought you down. Never brought you down.
Okay, so you can go ahead and tell us that the haberdashery is going to fill with poison gas in 15 minutes.
Okay, just give me a second to get back into happy character after. Let me get back into Proops mode after all this maudlin cats in the cradle shit.
Oh, I should have played Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, why did we think of cats? Oh, whatever, it's fine.